All right, so this is a little snapshot of a Wwise project set up with some assumed kind of game modes, basically setting up different options to integrate and try and, get some of the sound effects in place and things working. So, initially it was these stacks of songs, stems, across instrumentation, drums, bass, arp, lead, and this really is, I'm thinking of it more as like drums, bass, instrument 3, instrument 4. It could just be instrument 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then I've got some game syncs, so this is the stuff that would hook into scripts and the like. A song list, so I've got some song switching happening, and this is all sort of a temporary thing until we can kind of feel it out in context. And then different parameters to kind of mix with. Different events, for sound effects and things. So I'll show like, song 1, if you look on the iPad, this iPad app is something I like to do to control Wwise, and the way it hooks into Wwise is kind of like some pre-integration assumptions on different game states and things, and for the most part it works out well because it allows me to control it. This is technically my iPad is the game sort of, and then I can mix with different things. This is kind of solo mode, and I've got like a master mixer thing, so if I hit play, the song that'll play. If I hit song 2, there's the other song. These faders are all mixable, so all updating in Wwise basically, and then I can change the song. I've got 3 different songs technically. Same tune here, but it's got some different stems. And then if I go, solo mode, if let's say I'm gonna go drop down to bass and play that to update it, it crossfades to what I have set up in here, like the solo. So I've got kind of a loop mode and solo mode, and then I can go back up. And if that song was, like, let's say for example, this might be, or I could change this. This is all interchangeable levels of different loops and different mixes, right? So if I go down, let's say drums, go down to solo, like right now it's following and transitioning and just soloing the drums for you to then go into this. These are some just assumed something hard effects on when you touch, and then there's another sound for that will be quantized to the song that I'm thinking might play an additional top melody. We'll see once we get it in, but there's kind of a sound effect, and then there's some musical accompaniment for different levels. And mix maybe isn't, if it doesn't stop the gameplay like it currently does, if it's just an error and you just miss points or something, right? So it's not so like harsh when you fail. This is some setups here, like a global mixer. So this is kind of what I've got initially here to upgrade. And if I go, like, let's say I go back up to, or let's change the mix here and go back up. The song kind of changed here because of just going back to solo, but then again I'm flicking it manually, but this could be all in game. All right, and this, right? So I've got a whole selection of UI, totally traditional, classic, nostalgic, and I'm not suggesting we do all of them like this, but this is kind of a palette of like, all of these are pretty good, but it's like if there's one that we like, we kind of make it our own is kind of the thinking, but I just kind of have them in to try and swap out and stuff like that. So this is basically an initial state of the Wwise thing, and I think I need to kind of work with Vitor and in the integration step, which I'm less familiar with, and I have some questions around Like right now, I'm logged into Audio Kinetic Wise through my account. Like maybe that should be a vision or something, even if it's a trial. Not sure, but we'll just discuss that. So yeah, cheers.